Hi, Cancer. Welcome. So, Cancer, this is going to be your tarot reading, and we're going to go ahead and get straight into it. When I was meditating on your energy, I was getting an old country song where he says, I'm in a hurry to get things done. I'm rushing, but that's no fun. So it could just be that you're feeling a lot of that end of year craziness, especially if you're in the US and you celebrate the holidays. It always gets a little busy during this time of year, right? But I just feel like there's this message here, Cancer, about reframing your mind and focusing on the things that are meaningful to you. Even though you may have a lot of tasks at hand and things that are pulling at you, at the end of the day, what matters the most is you and how you feel and your mental well-being, your emotional well-being, and making sure you're prioritizing yourself, because I feel like it's going to be really easy to overgive. But I feel like also, just simply in general, the zodiac sign of Cancer tends to overextend or overgive, especially my feminine Cancerian women. So just remember to give that back to yourself at the end of the day, okay? So the first card out is the card of Pisces. You could be connecting with the Pisces or have that in your chart. This is talking about your imagination, compassion, your dream state, very spiritual energy. Sometimes this can talk about escapism and daydreaming as well. So it could feel like a little bit of aloofness as well. It could feel like you're doing a lot of activities, but you're kind of like also in your own headspace, you know, or you could catch yourself just in your head a lot more than typical, finding yourself like drifting off or having trouble even paying attention at times. And then I just got the phrase, but a light bulb comes on. So whatever it is that you're weighing out, there's like some sort of light bulb moment or clarity coming in here for you, Cancer. So let's see what else we have coming through. Now I want to sing that song. I'm in a hurry to get things done. Rushing till that's no fun. All I really gotta do is live and die, but I'm in a hurry and don't know why. Yeah. All right. Anyways, so the second card out was the Hierophant. So this card talks about relationships, commitments, marriage, your belief structures, all of that being highlighted. That's what it is. So you seem to be daydreaming about a relationship, huh? Or maybe about the state of your current relationship or what you want in a relationship. There seems to be, that seems to be where your head goes when you find yourself drifting off. It could be in regards to a specific person or a commitment that you've made to another, or to yourself. But it's definitely showing up as like the predominant focal point when you drift, okay? So and I don't know, I'm still getting lyrics to that song, but all I can hear is I don't know why. It could be like you don't even know why your mind continually goes to that place. Like, or maybe you're trying to figure out why. It's a really interesting message. I hope this is making sense. All right, so we're going to go into the headspace first, Cancer, and see what you have going on there. Then we're going to look at the heart space and see what's going on there. And then we're going to look at the big spiritual picture for you. So, Cancer, heart space or headspace for my Cancers. Let me see here. Ooh, all your cards came out at once. I'm not even going to tell you what I just heard. Some of you are daydreaming about sex. I'm not that kind of reader. But do you know, and this is a fact, there was a study done that shows like an exorbitant amount, like I would say 70% or more of people who when the human brain drifts off, sex is usually the first thing the human brain goes to for most people. I don't know why that is. I didn't make that up. I read that somewhere. I don't know if it's just like the nature of us or it's a comforting thought. I'm not really very sure. But, you know, they say where your mind goes when it drifts is always pay attention to that, because there's, you know, a reason for that, right? So, and I'm sorry if you're not a Cancer, if this isn't pertaining to you, but like this is a general reading. But that's literally, I'm not even going to tell you the song I got because it's kind of a gross song. But that's literally the message that came through. And of course, if this isn't you, it could be someone you're connecting with that might be daydreaming about you. You know what I mean? All right. So anyways, the Hermit, the Page of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Headspace here. I can't take all those cards. Hold on a second here. Okay. So, oh my gosh, you have a mini novel here. Oh, goodness. All right, so I'm not going to take these, but I'll take note of these. There's balance coming through when it comes to, like, the family structure here or a relationship. But you need to work on yourself a little bit more here, Cancer. And or prioritize yourself. Like I said at the beginning, don't forget yourself at the end of the day. This is you like showing up pretty strongly in the energy. And I keep hearing a giver. I'm a giver. So you just might be in a very generous or giving type of energy, or other people may be behaving that way towards you. This is all positive. So it's like you getting, you know, you getting what you want out of a situation is what they're showing me. So that alone could have been a reading. That was like 25 cards, but let me put them back. It's a little bonus read for you. But what I have out here that is also showing up in the Headspace is like this inner reflective period about what makes you happy, what having more fun in your life, right? If you've been in a period of isolation, I feel like you wanting to kind of go outside of the box or do something outside of the box, but then ultimately there's something in you that kind of holds you back from that. Maybe there's worry about trying new things or going outside of your element, or, you know, oftentimes too, we daydream about things that we feel like we can't have. Because if we thought we could have them, we'd take that daydream and we'd turn it into action and we would move towards it. So sometimes when we perpetually think about something but then don't do anything about it, it builds up tension in our body because we're being called towards something and we're not taking action. We're being called towards it, we're not taking action. And there's a lot of reasons why we do that. It could feel like there's a barrier around that. There could be fear around that. You may not even really actually want it, but you keep thinking about it, which is a conundrum all in itself. Why think about something you don't want? Because our brains just do that, you know, but you can actually change your thought and replace a thought with a different thought by refocusing yourself if that's the case. But I feel a lot of you, you know what this is talking about. You know your reasoning. I'm not going to go too far into that part, but there's something that seems to be on your mind that you're not actually moving towards or taking any sort of action towards. And it does build tension within you. So it's like you either need to let it go and move on, or ask yourself some deeper questions around it. What about this do I like? Why does this keep entering my mind? Is this something I plan to take action on? If not, can I think about something else? If so, then what actionable items can I do to move me towards it? Because I also got the word progression. So let's see what's going on in the emotional space here for you, Cancer. Go a little bit deeper. 6 of Cups, 4 of Cups. Oops. There's that song again. It could also be that you're putting something off because there's other things at hand, or there's things that you need to get done. Some of you are putting something off because you're prioritizing other people over yourself, which the whole message is about doing the opposite of that and honoring yourself, prioritizing yourself first. But you may feel obligated, or that you have to do it in a certain way, and I'm not going to deter you from any way you think you should do it. That's fine. But ultimately, what your heart desires will continue to call to you until you move forward and decide whether it will or will not be. You can't get around your desires. You can't not want something that you really, really, really want. You can suppress it. You can deny it. You can, keep it in your mind and not act on it, but it will always call to you. It will always call to you. And that's because we manifest through our desires. Our desires call us forward. We're called forward to go through a new experience, to create change. That change creates more life, and that's how life perpetuates. It puts the eternal in eternity. You have desires for a reason. And I know there's all these different teachings out there that teach people to deny their desires, that's bad, that's wrong, but they do not understand law of attraction. They do not understand how this works. You cannot deny a strong desire that's on your path, because it will continually eat at you. It will continually call at you until you do something to either go towards it, resolve it, or let go of it. Those are your action choices, but it's all internal. Those are all the internal choices you have, and you got to choose one, or it's going to continue to call to you. All right, so I'm losing my lighting here. Let me stop babbling. You have the 6 of Cups, the 4 of Cups, the 8 of Cups, and the 4 of Swords. Yeah. Some of you are really hyper-focused on somebody or something from the past that you're totally distracted, or that's that daydreaming quality. Whatever has your focus is really has your focus, to the point where you may actually come off like a little bit aloof, or like a daydreamer, or catch yourself doing that. And what's being ignored here is what you're being called to do, which is to, I feel for a lot of you, it's to let go. And that's actually going to give you peace. Because if you haven't went towards it yet, that means you have resistance, which resistance is Spirit's way of saying, that's not the path for you. But you got to listen to your own intuition. A lot of you, you are being guided to move away from something, and it ultimately will give you peace of mind. Now, others of you, and you're going to know which group you're in, there is a need to push. You can't, no, okay, I'm being redirected. You can move forward, but you're going to have to push past your fears, and it may not be the path of least resistance. I was going to give you an and or. Well, I guess that was kind of an and or, but that came out differently than I thought it was. But take it as it resonates. Let's go further and see. It's almost a sense of like not moving forward, but not looking back. You're not moving forward because you're looking back on the past, how things were, a past person, your past life, I don't know. Stuck in a headspace. Your headspace is your best friend, but it's also your worst nightmare. That's true of all of our headspaces. What's on the big spiritual picture here? Knight of Swords, the Empress, Queen of Swords, Star, and the 7 of Wands. So I feel like Cancer, I keep wanting to call you Taurus. I think it's because I just did Taurus's reading, but you're being called forward to care about how you feel and to be patient, to prioritize your mental well-being, to give yourself time to get to a point of clarity. So I want to say that it's not so much, Spirit's not saying, yes, do this or don't do this. Spirit don't talk that way. It says you go forward and we support. You go forward, we support. Right? It's unconditional love. There is no judgment or direction in unconditional love. It is us that are the judges and the deciders of our own fate, because you are a co-creator with the universe. But there is this pause, though, being encouraged before you make any decisions, to allow yourself time to weigh this out, to think this through, to feel out what feels best to you. What would be your path of least resistance? Because that's where the wish fulfillment is. That's where your true desire is. So it's beautiful energy coming through, and this is going to move forward. And I do feel like you are going to get clarity. You are going to get your peace of mind. You are going to get some sort of resolution here, and it does ultimately result in healing, right? Something coming to fruition as well, some sort of wish fulfillment. I'm hearing the word attainable. It is attainable that you get a peaceful outcome, even though it may not be clear to you now. It's not even, I don't even want to use the word attainable. It's assured. It's a sure thing. So let's see what the guidance is here for you, Cancer. I feel like this is one of those readings that either makes sense to you or does not make sense to you. And I want to go back because I was joking about like SEX being on your mind. This reading is much bigger than that, right? It's, yes, I do feel like some of your minds are going there when you daydream, but there's something much bigger than that involved here, right? So like I said, take that part or don't take that part. But yeah. This is the one I'll keep. It says, it is contrast that puts the eternalness in eternity. Your own valuable personal new desires is always born from contrast. That new desire is then heard and answered by source. Thus the glorious expansion of the universe. This is a reminder to you that anything that feels difficult to you, right, in your life is put there for a reason, because anytime we go through difficulty, we ask for more. We want for more. We call into us improvement. And it's through that calling and through that desire that life begins to come forward. It is the extension of life. It is what creates the eternalness in who you really are. And who you really are is beyond your physical body. You are an eternal spiritual being, and you came to create. All right. So I'm going to leave it there, Cancer. Really interesting reading. I hope that it resonated with you. Zodiac signs that you could be connecting with or have in your own chart. I have Pisces, Taurus, Aquarius, Virgo, Aries, Taurus again. Those are the primary, and Scorpio. Those are the primary signs I'm seeing, but keep in mind it's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, please do let me know in the comments down below. I just saw my dog in the background. Jesus. Daisy, close your legs. Be a lady. Daisy. She sleeps on her back. I don't know why. She's fine. Sorry, guys. I don't remember what I was saying. Anyways, yada, yada, yada. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram for more cool stuff. Linked below in the About section. Wishing you the very best, Cancer. And until next time, my friends. Namaste. Bye.